What's up, y'all? We are officially in the last week of the MLB season, and it's going to be a crazy one. This is obviously highlighted by the AL East race, but there's a lot of other storylines that we're going to talk about today. Who's going to win the NL East? You got the Braves leading the Phillies right now, but now the Braves and Phillies are going to play each other. Who is going to win the AL Cy Young? Guys like Robbie Ray, Garrett Cole are going to have one more start. The NL MVP is coming down to it. If Bryce Harper can lead the Phillies to the playoffs, does he get it over Tatis because the Padres disappointed? We're going to try and cover all that stuff, especially the crazy AL East and the crazy American League Wildcard race. Let's get into it. We'll start off with the AL Wildcard. Right now, the New York Yankees have the top spot after sweeping Boston in a crazy series. Giancarlo Stanton went off. So they are one game up on Boston. And then you got Boston in the second spot. Then you got Toronto, one game back. Seattle, 2 games back. And Oakland, 3 games back. Really tough with only 6 games to go for Oakland to get in there. It's going to be really tough for Seattle to get in there. Blue Jays have a chance because now they're about to play New York. Also, Oakland plays Seattle this week, so that will decide who makes the playoff. Well, that will decide who will officially be knocked out. So, New York's going to have to come into Toronto, and Toronto's going to have to pretty much sweep to get ahead. If Toronto wins 2 out of 3, they will be tied for the Yankees. After that, the Yankees have to play Tampa, and the Blue Jays have to play Baltimore. Right now, Boston's playing Baltimore, and then they're playing Washington. So Boston has the easiest schedule out of the group, but they have no chance to make up games like how the Blue Jays have a chance to play the Yankees and make up games. Also, Blue Jays, after having 15,000 fans or no fans all year, they now have 30,000 fans in the Rogers Center. So that's a big thing. Also, we're going to talk about the AL Cy Young. Robbie Ray and Garrett Cole are kind of the 2 guys fighting for it right now. And I did a video, I think it was like 2 videos ago, or it was my last video, saying I think Robbie Ray's the Cy Young, and then he had a better start than Garrett Cole. It wasn't much better than Garrett Cole, but it definitely was a better start than Garrett Cole's last time, so I think it should go to Robbie Ray. Now, if the Yankees make the playoffs and the Jays don't, maybe that will factor into it a bit, but right now I'm taking Robbie Ray. He's leading in quite a few key stats. You can watch my last video if you want to hear me talk about that in full. For the division leaders, Tampa Bay has clinched, great for them. Chicago, the White Sox, they have clinched, also amazing. First time it was like since, it wasn't 2008, it might have been 2008 since last time they won the division. And then Houston will clinch if Seattle loses tonight. On the other side, you got San Francisco and the Dodgers going at it right now. I want to look up the schedule. I know the Dodgers play the Padres for the last series of the year, so I will look up the Dodgers' schedule, and then I also look up the Giants' schedule. So right, the Dodgers will play the Padres. That's it. Oh, and then they have a series against the Brewers, it looks. So that's kind of tough to play Brewers and Padres, but Padres are out of it. So right now the Giants have a 2-game lead on that series. So let me see, Giants' schedule. I got to put baseball in because the football team came up, and God, the New York Giants are bad. And the Giants play the Padres and the Diamondbacks. So with a 2-game lead, I think I'm gonna take the Giants to win the division. Although just yesterday a fan commented asking who I think is gonna win the division, and I said Dodgers just because that was my preseason pick. But now look at the schedules, I might go Giants. So then you got Milwaukee winning the division. They clinched. I think it's 4 straight years in the postseason. And then you got Atlanta playing Philadelphia. Right now Atlanta has a 2.5-game lead on the division, and if you lose this division, you don't make the playoffs because Philadelphia is 6 games back of the wild card. So pretty much 3-game series. If Philadelphia sweeps, watch out. If Atlanta takes 1 or 2 games, that pretty much will knock Philly out. So well, I guess taking 1 game wouldn't knock Philly out, but you know what I mean. And then looks like the wild card is pretty much set. It's either going to be St. Louis versus either Dodgers or Giants. At this point, I think it's going to be Dodgers versus St. Louis. I'd love to see an Adam Wainwright 1-game wild card versus the Dodgers or Giants. I feel like he could just twirl a gem and really help the Cardinals. This isn't part of the video, but just kind of want to say disappointing years from the Mets and Padres. Both teams dealt with injuries, but still, I think both of these teams were expected to make the playoffs going into the year. Let's talk about the NL MVP. I've also done a video on this earlier. So, Juan Soto, if we're looking at OPS, he has a 1.023. Compare that to Bryce Harper's 1.055 and Tatis's 987. I think Tatis has fallen out of this race just a bit. Padres didn't make the playoffs, injury problems. Also OPS plus. Fernando Tatis is 168, and then Juan Soto is 182, and Bryce Harper 183. So Bryce Harper leads in all the OPS categories, even though Juan Soto's OBP is insane. That's kind of crazy. If we're looking at batting average, 322 for Soto, 313 for Harper, and 284 for Tatis. Where Tatis does have, though, is 41 homers, 95 RBIs. Harper's 34 homers, 82 RBIs. Soto, 29 homers, 92 RBIs. This is such a close race that I think it's between Soto and Harper. Harper's playing on a team that might make the playoffs, but Soto's second half is like one of the greatest second halves of all time. I think that's all the storylines I wanted to talk about. I'm so excited for this last week. As a Blue Jays fan, stressed out about this Yankees-Jays series that's starting. I'm trying to get this video out tonight. Only 5 games are on Monday, so it shouldn't affect too much. It's just Seattle and Oakland that are playing, that are teams of significance, I believe. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I think I'm going pretty hard once the playoffs come. I might go try and get damn near daily videos, kind of just talking about the last couple games, or maybe not daily, but just I'll recap each wildcard game, or I'll recap each series. Thanks, peace.